Moving on to the new results panel. For this test patient, there's nothing in there. Have not resulted any labs for them. That's kind of the lab side of it. So what I'll do is try to move over to live and again sanitize the screen so you can only see non-identifiable information. So here it is. As we see, new results is active, so is reports. They're both red. So Meditech alerts you with the red text that there's something for you to look at that you have not seen before. So we'll go ahead and click on new results. We have 3 categories: new to you, last 24 hours, and 48 hours. The header here, new labs and reports. So we have ER physician documentation, which a lot of times we shorten and we call PDoc. It's in draft status. We could view the report. I won't pull that up now. It'll basically pull up a PDF looking type of file. And then chest x-ray, signed. We have graph and graph vitals. So we'll click on that. Notice it's specific labs here. Here are the values. The gray part is the normal range. The red part is a abnormal range. And then we have all these choices for timeline. 6 years down to 1 hour. By the way, these labs are this way because I've set them up in my favorites. Notice it says remove and remove from favorites. If you have nothing set up in your favorites, you won't see anything, and we'll cover that at a later time. And so graph vitals, very similar idea, just graphing vitals instead of lab results. Same concepts. And then of course, just to show you what last 24 hours looks like. And then last 48 hours is no different because this is an ER visit and they only have 1 set of labs. Exclude POC lab. I've talked with the lab about that. All that does supposedly is exclude the point of care glucose testing. Well, quickly I'll show you how to add these things to your favorites in order that when you click graph it will show up here. So there's a few different things and different ways you can manipulate the data. You just have to kind of practice and explore, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So one of the easiest ways to show you how to manipulate this data is if you go click on graph here. It says no items are selected. To select items for graphing, right click on the item name. So we'll go, let's just say hemoglobin. I'll right click here and notice it says graph or graph favorites. We'll go ahead and choose graph favorites for now. And that's going to be added, if I click on graph, to this list called favorites. And actually when you click on it, you can remove it from favorites if you want, but we'll go add a couple more. So I'll right click on, let's say, potassium, graph favorites, BU and creatinine, graph favorites, and then I'll just do graph for WBCs. I'll do graph, and then we'll say magnesium. We'll do graph. TSH, we'll do graph. Now when we click on graph here, you can see that these are the ones that I choose for graph, and these are the ones that I choose for graph favorites. These favorites will stay as long as I want them to. I think there's a maximum of 10. But so I can remove these from graph, or I can remove these from favorites if I want to adjust those categories. And of course another option is graph vitals. If you click there, it's going to give you a visual of your vital signs, which that's kind of the basic standard. They're already there for you, and you can remove them if you would want to. And of course you have your different timelines, last 24 hours, last 48 hours. Got this visual up here that physicians use, providers use. Also, I haven't completely figured out this function, but if you right click on the number, it gives you a little diamond. I think that may just be a marker so that you can visually see what things maybe you want to remind yourself to look at or track. That's more or less the end of new results.